You guys, we are here, little monsters. I'm sure there are so many videos on YouTube being uploaded right now talking about uh, raving about the return of the rah-rah bitch. We know what we're referring to. We're talking about capital G, capital A, capital G, capital A. Lady, step aside. Gaga is back. I know that Chromatica happened. You can watch my review. A little milk toast for me. A little milk toast. A little bit, a little lackluster considering the pop levels that we know she can achieve. And I think a lot of that fell on her producer, Blood Pop, and thank goodness Blood Pop is not, I'm not 100% sure he's not on the album, but he is certainly not on this song. And this is, I think we all owe Michael Polanski, her fiance. Are they already married? They're just engaged, right? Are they already married? Why am I forgetting this important fact? Correct me if I'm wrong. Her beau for pushing her to be that pop girl again. This is a level that Disease was a great appetizer. Disease was a very interesting composition with production that was very reminiscent of her earlier albums. It was a gateway to what was hopefully going to be an album that was explorative and wild and feral and avant-garde and very high dance and Euro disco. I was very, very optimistic, but I was also like thinking how I was about Chromatica going up to it, how optimistic I was, and then thinking I might want to temper my expectations. Mayhem comes out in a little over a month, which is pretty soon. It'll be here before you know it. And we already have 3 songs off of the project. Now, of course, Die With A Smile was, when last I made a video about Lady Gaga, not confirmed to be on the album. I thought it was just going to be a standalone droplet. Or perhaps, possibly even on a potential Bruno Mars project. But no, it is actually the closing song off of the standard edition of Mayhem, which, again, sonically is very different from where we're going with Disease and with Abracadabra. But Lady Gaga's albums have always been a bit of a cornucopia. And I like albums, pop albums in particular, that do contain multitudes. Okay? We can have lots of different flavors of pop Lady Gaga, come through. There's going to be ballads. Of course there's going to be ballads. But this is, I believe, track number 2. It hasn't been officially confirmed. The track list was flashed in a promo image that was, caught by a lot of publications, but it hasn't been updated on the official streaming sites, or even, I think, posted by an official trade yet. So, it's still technically her herself. But I have seen what I think we're 99% sure are the track titles for the rest of the record. And I believe Abracadabra is meant to be track number 2. Disease opens up the record. I've reviewed Disease. I put it in a video where I talk about the failure that was Joker 2. I talk about the Harlequin album. That's all in one thing. So I'll link that below. Abracadabra is really like fully grabbing the attention. Disease was like waking us up, like from a daze of like, oh gosh, is she back? Could she possibly be back? I don't know. I don't been burned before. Like, is this going to be just, is this going to really give what we need it to give? And then Abracadabra was like, yes, this is, you need to not only be awake, but you need to pay full attention. You need to be at attention, ready on the dance floor. There are so many callbacks visually to the Alejandro music video in particular, which is why this is giving so much Fame Monster energy, but also Born This Way in the outfits and in the dance style, in the cinematography, and of course in the production. This would also fit right at home with art pop. I could have seen Madeon produce this, or Zed. This is such a Zed beat. I 100% could have seen Zed produce this track. We are dealing with Circuit and Watt, and of course Lady Gaga herself on this track. And I think Circuit is the executive, maybe Circuit and Watt are both executive producers, so they're going to be on the most songs on the record. So far, what we're hearing from them, absolutely loving. This is high octane, no holds barred. It has so many phases in its pop hook. It's a longer song. It doesn't, let itself fizzle out too quickly. It doesn't relent. The beats, the vocals, I mean, she really lets herself like unleash a soprano vocal in the bridge, which is absolutely transcendent. The catchiness, the way she uses lyric as hook for for the dance beats. Oh, it's just exactly what we have been missing. And I don't want to shade Chromatica too hard here, because Chromatica had moments that were great. I really liked Alice. I really liked Sour Candy. I liked Rain on Me. But it also had just a lot of songs that felt like paint by numbers pop songs that didn't feel like something Lady Gaga. They didn't feel like they had something that was as edgy or punk, that was as haute couture in sound or avant-garde. It wasn't as paper mag, it was a little more just kind of teen vogue. And so I needed a little bit of an edgier sound. And of course, I thought, and believe it or not, Abracadabra is one of the songs that was sampled in Paris during the Olympics, but of course the quality was so bad, none of us could really make anything out. I thought that we were going to have much more of a like industrial punk rock sound to a lot of the songs on this record, and I still would expect that. I wasn't expecting quite a sleeked out electropop song, but I'm absolutely here for it, because this is exactly what I want. And even if the album does get a little bit more in the, not necessarily rock territory, but a little bit more of that grungy punk territory, I'm okay with that, or industrial. I'm okay with it having like a variety. Like I said, Disease is a very dark song, but this song is a little bit lighter. It's still grappling with darkness, but in a little bit more of a celebratory way. Pay the toll to the angels, drawing circles in the clouds. Keep your mind on the distance when the devil turns around. Hold me in your heart tonight, in the magic of the dark moonlight. Save me from this empty fight in the game of life. Like a poem said by a lady in red, you hear the last few words of your life with a haunting dance. Now you're both in a trance. It's time to cast your spell on the night. Abracadabra, Dark Lady by Cher kind of allusions, like meeting a prophet, a seer, and sort of having her kind of give you a reading, and she's telling you you're going to be okay if you get on the dance floor. That the magic of the sweating it out on that floor and under the moonlight is going to save you. There is such a frenetic like compulsion to dance, to just exorcise out the demons, emphasize not only in the rapidity of the beat, but also the dancing. And of course, it is probably the best choreography we have seen in a Lady Gaga music video, particularly like a big ensemble dance piece, since the art pop days. I mean, I'm being honest. I mean, John Wayne did have a little bit of an ensemble choreography, but the most artistic music video that we got from the Chromatica era with a good song was 911, but that was not necessarily a dance. That was not necessarily a dance video. It was more of a stylized editorial shot video. And so this is hearkening back to the dance sequences from Alejandro, from GUY, from Judas, those very high intense numbers that are really well choreographed with gritty fashion, reckless abandon, a celebration of art and whimsy. And it's just absolutely transcendent. And so, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I had to log on and just give my praises. Mother Monster, I'm sorry I ever doubted you. I never really did want to. I didn't doubt that you had it in you. I just wasn't sure you wanted to give us this anymore. But it really feels like we're getting a glimpse into the Gaga we haven't seen in like almost 10 years, if not longer. Very, very rarely has this Gaga come through in the last decade. And so it's exciting. Mayhem is possibly going to be, I don't want to, you know, set my expectations too high. I don't want to do it, but this song compels me to. What are your thoughts on Abracadabra? Did it grab you as much as, I mean, I've heard everyone said it grabbed them upon first listen. There's just something so immediate about it, and it's something and very much in pop today that I am very happy to see because it's hard to get that immediacy sometimes. Some of these songs, it's like hey, you gotta get like listen to it too many times to really let it gel. Like, you know, the softer stuff. We love the softer, you know, stuff. Billie Eilish, we love you. But this is pop needs a little bit of a wake up call. And I do think that, you know, certain artists like Tate McRae as well and Addison Rae, they're also going to that school and I'm excited about it. But this is a really this portends well for what we're seeing with Mayhem. So I'm excited. I'm not crazy about the album cover. I will just say there is an alternate cover that is a pretty expressive, and I think it's a little bit more well, it's just more memorable. So it's a little bit more visually striking. I do expect a little bit more from album covers, but because she gives such good editorial shots for magazine shoots and things, but I can forgive it in the fact that we're actually getting visuals. I wonder, we've already gotten 3 music videos. That's as many as we got for Chromatica, and the album isn't even out yet. We're going to get at least one more. We are already doing a lot. I mean, obviously, COVID, but I think that was an excuse. I think that was an excuse. I don't think her heart was fully in Chromatica at the time. I really think her partner helped make her fall in love with pop music again. I don't know. I mean, credit to her as well, but this was always within her. It's just sometimes, you know, you need people to remind you of that. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I will be reviewing this record when it drops after March 7th. So excited. Give this a like if you enjoyed. I'll see you all then. Peace, love, and light. Bye.